3-game losing streak. So it'll be interesting to see this matchup.
Ball inside there to Gabby Maraszewski. She's fouled inside, and it'll be ball go underneath. Back to the Fighting Tigers. Stay with the Fighting Tigers.
And Baruch's defense was one of the shining points of last game against SUNY Purchase, David. So let's see if they can keep that up here today.
Baseline jumper there, no good by number 30, Erica Cabrera. Nice shot there. Able to knock down the 18-footer by number 32, Lydia Chittenden. Ball swung around the perimeter. Schneider has it up top for Baruch. Inside to Rivera, right post. Looking for the ball. Maraszewski comes away with it, and now the Fighting Tigers can push in transition. Up to Cabrera. Cabrera slows it up, top of the key. Handoff there to Sutton. Sutton's three off right rim, no good. Nice box out there by Rivera. Ball tipped around into the hands of Snyder, and Snyder's going to push for the Bearcats. Brings it in, circles back, gives it outside to Dawson. Dawson covered there by Cabrera. Had an opportunity to see Nia Dawson last game for the first time live. Very impressed. Started off slow, but really came on in the second half.
Yeah, definitely found her stride in the second half, David, and she hit her 21-point average. So great game out of Dawson and a lot of secondary and tertiary scoring that we saw.
Leading scorer this year for the Bearcats here in the early going. Bounce pass in now to Maraszewski. Dribbles left at the free throw line, looking for options. Bounce pass inside to Sutton. Excuse me, that's Finch. Finch shot a little short, no good. Rebounded by Rivera. And Spy will come up with the ball here for the Bearcats. Picked up there by Sutton. Into the paint, kicks it out. Valmichi, three ball, corner. No good. It's actually going to go off back rim. Backboard, excuse me, and it'll go out of bounds. And quickly, Coach Kotrazos is going to go to the bench as Rivera will come to the bench and Daniela Zerpolo checks into the game. Daniela Zerpolo having a solid season. We mentioned her last game. Really coming in halfway point of last year, averaging a double-double on the season.
Can't ask for more than that.
And had a nice 12-12 game against SUNY Purchase on Tuesday night. Now inside to Finch. Nice post move by Jordan Finch. 6'1" is going to be a presence inside. We'll see how they deal with the matchup. We saw Purchase come with a little bit of size last time, and Baruch was really able to counteract that by beating them inside the paint. Now Dawson's three, left wing, knocks that one down. Nia Dawson getting Baruch on the board with a left wing three.
It's a matchup we see a lot, David, where you have a 4 or 5 who's 6 foot or over. We don't necessarily have that height down low, but we counteract that with a lot of athleticism, and it really worked last week when we played SUNY Purchase, and we were able to kind of counteract some of that height mismatch down in the paint.
And SUNY Cobleskill really settling for some mid-range jumpers. Hit a couple early. Cabrera was off on that. Now Baruch on the inside. Dawson once again will pull from three. Off back rim. High rebound. Rebounded there by Cabrera. And she'll push. Dawson shooting a little over 46% from downtown this year. And a nice steal there by the Bearcats. And an end-to-end game here early. A little more than 3 minutes gone here in the first. And it's going to be a double dribble on Zerpolo. And it's going to go back to the Fighting Tigers.
Yeah, a lot of back-and-forth basketball here, David. Pretty much going full court. Both teams not really also getting settled into their possession. So let's see if their coaches almost try to slow it down here.
Megan Hughes and Tylisa Martinez have both come in. 2 guards for the Fighting Tigers. Now it's inside to Finch. Once again, working on Dawson. Can't finish, though. Nice move there. I've been impressed by Finch's post moves here in the early going. The Fighting Tigers really trying to get her the ball. Dangerous pass there by Spyu, and on an attempt to get it over to Snyder, and it'll go back to the Fighting Tigers. Now Finch will come to the bench as number 21, Anna Post, checks into the game. And it'll be Sutton to bring the ball up. 5'1" guard into the lane. Shot was blocked. Nope, it's going to be a foul. Foul there is probably going to be a number 1, Nia Dawson. Excuse me, they're going to call it on Spyu on the reach. And that's going to be her first foul of the evening. Sutton knocks down the first. Off on the second, Sutton averaging over 16 points a game, but really kind of struggling at the free throw line, only at a 56% clip. And Spy looked like there was some contact inside. Shot's no good. And she'll foul at the other end in a dangerous play. That's already her second here in the first quarter. And I'd have to assume that'll see her come to the bench as Millie Yee quickly to the scorer's table. And Spy you will as Millie Yee checks into the game for her first minutes of the afternoon.
Yeah, a little bit of foul trouble early here for Spyu, as it looked like she got fouled on her drive there, David. No call, and then
and you have to wonder if that was a bit of a frustration foul coming back.
In transition there.
Especially how good of a defender she is. You want to put yourself between the ball and the basket. And unfortunately getting a little too aggressive, and the refs caught that one. So second foul, we'll see her go to the bench with 6:22 remaining here in the first. Refs just making sure that the shot clock and game clock are. And, might have heard that explanation from the ref there. It looked like it was a game clock, shot clock issue, and we're all set to go here. It'll be the Fighting Tigers ball on the far side, and Sutton will bring it across the timeline. Francis Snyder picks up her on right wing. Sutton, nice dribble there, gives it up top to post. Hughes shot no good, off back rim, and Snyder comes away with it and will push. Gives it to Zerpolo. Zerpolo back out to Schneider. Some dangerous passing here, but now Dawson has it up top, and Baruch seems to settle. Up top to Dawson. Dawson's going to drive, kick out to Michi. Michi couldn't corral it. Gives it back out to Snyder, over to Yee. Yee's open, instead hands it off to Zerpolo. Zerpolo back up to Snyder. Snyder's going to pull. Off front rim, back rim, no good. Rebounded there by number 21, and a post. And it'll be the Fighting Tigers who come away with it. Over to Sutton on left wing. Sutton covered by Schneider, pick right, instead goes left, bounce pass inside, stolen there. It might have been off the leg of Zerpolo. Up to Snyder, nice bounce pass to Dawson. Dawson going to get fouled, and she's going to go to the line to shoot two as the shot's no good. A lot of sloppy play, though, here in the early going, Brian. 5-3, Baruch trail.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth play, too, David. So both teams are going to try to correct some of those mistakes that they've been making, and but good job by the Bearcats there. Nice ball movement in transition.
And wait for Dawson to draw the foul. Baruch's really playing in transition, to your point. And I remember from last game against Purchase, they succeeded more in that half-court offense, able to get the ball moving horizontally and finding those open shots. So we'll see if this is just a game plan versus Cobleskill or kind of just how the way the game's been playing out here in the first few moments.
Yep.
And Dawson knocks them both down. Now Dawson shooting 88% from the line and continuing her hot hand from the charity stride. Now it'll be Sutton left wing looking for options. Martinez has it up top. Now Martinez has it on the right wing as the ball gets swung back to her. Now inside to post. That ball gets stolen, though, and it'll be Baruch on transition again. It'll be Francis Snyder. A little too strong.
Almost anticipating the contact there, David.
Yeah, you have to go up through it instead of she kind of went around it and a little too strong on that. Martinez shot blocked, though, by Millie Yee. Nice defensive play. And what a charge taken there by Nia Dawson, and that's going to pump up the team. Took it in the chest, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
And yeah, Dave, you've really seen the impact Nia Dawson has had on this Bearcats team. Just great court presence, too. Really kind of slows down the offense. Everything, all her decisions really seem to be very confident, and even taking that charge there, planting the feet, not afraid of the contact. So she's been a very good factor for the Bearcats. Great addition out of Adelphi.
And has the first 5 points of the evening as now Yee. That pass to Snyder, Zerpolo was tipped away, but Zerpolo was able to corral it. Now it's Snyder up top. Ball swung around the perimeter. Valmichi over to Zerpolo. Almost a double dribble again there with 2 hands on the ball. Have to be careful. She got called for that once. Now Michi has it. It's going to be a 2. Shot no good. They're going to say it went off the top of the backboard, and it's going to go back to the Fighting Tigers. And a low-scoring, sloppy game here in the early going. A little more than 5.5 gone, excuse me.
And the scoreboard is almost misleading, David, because it looks like it's a complete defensive battle right now. But it really hasn't. Just both teams are really kind of struggling to find their stride early on.
The foul there is going to be on number 3, Francis Snyder. It's going to be a non-shooting foul, so they do not count the continuation, and it'll be inbounded underneath for the Fighting Tigers. Fighting Tigers inbound, ball sloppy, bounced around. They're going to call a push on number 12, Valmichi.
Yeah, 2 players hit the floor hard there before there was a call.
Excuse me, it's actually going to be on Snyder, and that's going to send the Fighting Tigers into the bonus with Erica Cabrera going to the line. Erica Cabrera only 3 of 6 from the free throw line this season, so an opportunity to correct that at the stripe. Knocks down the first. Cabrera no good on the second. Ball bounces around. It's going to be Post who comes away with it for the Fighting Tigers. Martinez has it left wing. She thinks about the shot. And it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Megan Bowman with 4:09 remaining here in the first. Baruch trail by 1, 6-5. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcat Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born.
And welcome back to Baruch Basketball. Corner three there by Cabrera is no good. Rebounded again on the offensive boards by Cobleskill. Cabrera up top, now to Post, looking for an outlet. It's Martinez now inside to Finch. Finch back into the game, able to knock that one down. Nice play there by Jordan Finch, and already in the early going, really impressed by Jordan Finch's post moves. Foul there is going to be underneath by number 30, Erica Cabrera. That's going to be only her first.
Baruch will inbound underneath the hoop. Dawson. She'll give it to Zerpolo in the corner.
And it'll be up top to Val Michi. The ball swung around into the corner to Nia Dawson. She's going to drive. Left hand and one. Ball going around and in. Nice play there by Nia Dawson. Very impressed here in the early going. Has all 7 of Baruch's points here in the first quarter.
And that's excellent body control, too. Kind of coming across your body there into contact, still able to finish and to go to the stripe to make it a three-point play. Let's see if she converts here.
Ooh, around and out, no good. Ball rebounded there. Oh, a sloppy play. It looked like number 14, Megan Hughes, kind of took her eye off the ball, was ready to push up court. Unfortunately, didn't quite have it in her hands, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. And Baruch will have it in the offensive end. Dangerous cross-court pass inside now to Rivera. Rivera looks like she might have taken some contact. Good D there by Finch. And it'll be going back the other way quickly with the Fighting Tigers. Ball inside, stolen by Zerpolo. Zerpolo gives it off to Val Michi on the right wing. Nia Dawson crossover move into the paint. Martinez just kind of let her go past into that lane, and I don't know if that's the type of play you want. And it looks like it's going to be Zerpolo loose. Has the ball. Neither call it a jump ball, and the possession arrow will stay with the Bearcats underneath. Baruch trailing by 1. Nia Dawson has all 7 of Baruch's first quarter points. Val Michi has it up top, gives it off to Millie Yee. Now bounce pass into Dawson, bounce out to Rivera. Rivera's baseline jumper rattles that one home. Nice play there. Inside out from Dawson to Rivera. And that's where Baruch, I think, are at their best when they really get that inside-out game going, either with Spyu or Dawson inside. Obviously, Spyu on the bench, so that's going to be Dawson's role right now. And as Dawson's been scoring in the early going, nice find there. Ooh, nice save by Dawson, and she was going out of bounds. What a pass over to Zerpolo on the baseline, who knocks it down. The lead pass, dangerous lead pass to Nia Dawson. However, she was able to corral and keep it in bounds.
Which is great to see how in sync the Bearcats are, too. Really anticipating each other's movements and one step ahead of the game. So love to see that if you're Coach Mike Katrozos.
And Gabby Murashewski comes back into the game for the Fighting Tigers as Sierra Delaney will come take a seat on the bench. Baruch have their first lead of the ball game, 11-8. Bearcats here with 2 minutes remaining in the first. Caitlin Rivera has a baseline. Ooh, almost might have taken a step. Zerpolo, high arcing 3, off right rim, no good. Rebound, it comes to Hughes. Cobleskill going to push. Oh, nice play there by Val Michi. It's a little transition defense, excuse me. and it's going to stay with the Fighting Tigers underneath. But nice play there by Valmichi to not give up on that play and come back the other way.
And there's a fine line there between that and a reaching foul. So good job by Valmichi to really keep that a clean play for the Bearcats, who are in the bonus.
It'll be Martinez over to Cabrera now up top. Back to Martinez. Thinks about the shot, instead puts it on the deck. Now she'll shoot. Left wing three, knocks it down. Nice shot there by number 15, Tylisa Martinez. 5'6" sophomore from Long Island. Ball swung around the perimeter. Bounce pass over to Michi. Up top to Nia Dawson. Cabrera all over her. Cobleskill really staying in this 2-3 zone. Shot there by Valmichi. Off front rim, no good. Rebounded by Cabrera, and it's tough when you have the 2-3 zone, and Baruch's not going to crash. It's going to lead to offense for the Cobleskill as Martinez goes hard to the rim. Layup no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot two. And that's going to be Zerpolo's first foul. Monique Britton checking into the game for the Fighting Tigers. As Megan Hughes comes to the bench. Martinez no good off back rim, missing the first.
And David, really felt that Baruch had a lot of the momentum throughout this first quarter, but scoreboard's tied, so it's almost misleading. The Cobleskill has been able to capitalize on some Baruch mistakes, finish, and now they take the lead.
Martinez knocks down the second, and to your point, Baruch have been a little bit sloppy on the offensive end and also not hitting their shots here in the early going.
I feel like they've had the majority of the possession, but like you said, they haven't been able to necessarily convert, and they're going to call a 3-second violation.
Now Baruch only shooting 25% from the field right now, 4 of 16. Combine that with 4 turnovers. Granted, Cobleskill has 9, but that's going to be part of the reason that you're in it's still a close game. You expect the team with 9 first-quarter turnovers to be down big. Instead, they have a 1-point lead with 57 seconds remaining. Cabrera shot no good there, and Nia Dawson comes away with it for the Bearcats. Ooh, very dangerous play there. It looked like Dawson may have almost traveled there. No, pass gets through to Michi, but it looked like her vision was maybe obscured, and it'll go back to the Fighting Tigers. 44.6 remaining here in the first quarter. Martinez brings it into the front court, has Yee on her. Gives it off to Britton, who just checked back into the game. Back to Martinez. Marashewski comes with the pick. Inside to Finch. That's easy buckets for Finch. We've seen it all game so far.
Yeah, nobody was even guarding her there, David. You at least want to get a body on her despite the mismatch.
And the 6'1" freshman is going to have her way inside the paint when she's going to have a good chance of scoring when there's somebody on her, let alone she's going to have easy buckets when no one's there. So now Nia Dawson has it up top for the Bearcats. We've seen the ball in her hand a lot here in the first quarter.
Really going into the second quarter now, it's going to be a matter of getting Spyu back on the floor, but also limiting those fouls.
Bounce past Zerpolo, baseline shot, around and out, no good. Rebound fought for, it's loose, and that'll do it for the first quarter. And Baruch really having an up and down first quarter. Really the story is they haven't been hitting their shots, really struggling from the field in the early going. I believe 4 of 17 now for a 23.5% clip. Really playing well at the defensive end, just not able to hit their shots. So Baruch trail 14-11. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. We're in the first game of our doubleheader here at the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. It is the SUNY Cobleskill Fighting Tigers up 3 as we go into the second over your Baruch Bearcats. And Brian, Baruch's played well, good ball movement on the offensive end, creating open shots, unfortunately just not hitting open shots.
Yeah, it's not a matter of not getting those opportunities because they're getting those good looks. It's just a matter of finishing right now. So we're going to try to make that correction here in the second quarter.
And you're talking about a Cobleskill team up 3 with 9 first-quarter turnovers. Not a winning recipe. However, when you're shooting 42%, you may have a great opportunity to keep yourself in the game. Shot off there by Britton, and now it'll be Nia Dawson to push for the Bearcats. Behind the back crossover move, ball's batted around, knocked out of the hands of Dawson, and now it's going to be transition. Britton going straight into the lane. Nice fake, up and under layup, no good. Nice play there by Britton, and it's going to go back the other way. Foul's going to be underneath by number 20, Jordan Finch. That's going to be her second. You can call it over the back there, and it's kind of tough when you're 6'1" not to have it over the back, but
exactly.
It'll go back the other way. Melinda Spyu back into the game. She had some first quarter foul trouble, already 2 fouls, so she's going to have to be careful here in the second. Key player for the Bearcats. Dawson, nice play there, finding Zerpolo, gives it to Snyder. Open 3 in the left corner. Knocks it down. Frances Snyder, big 3. And Frances Snyder on the season shooting at a 40% clip from 3, so that'll only raise that percentage, and she had a big game 3 of 5 last time against SUNY Purchase, so definitely feeling the hot hand over the last 5 quarters here, 6 quarters now here for the Bearcats.
Yeah, she's definitely a threat from beyond the perimeter. I think everyone's going to start to take notice of that.
And I think that play on the offensive end, last possession, really started with Dawson getting inside, kicking it out to Zerpolo, who was able to swing it across. 3 ball there by Dawson, high arcing, no good. Rivera, her rebounded shot, no good. Spyu looked like she was going to come away with it. Instead, Sutton was able to come down with that board for Cobleskill. Now Britton in the corner. Maraszewski hands back off to Britton. Britton into the lane, gives it up top to Sutton, puts it on the deck, over to Chittenden. Ball swung around. Now it's Finch over Rivera. Can't finish, and they're looking for Finch on that block early and often here in the ball game. Spyu crossover move into the paint, going around a couple people. Finch, nice defense there. Didn't want to foul, but almost a little bit too statuesque there, not really contending the shot once Spyu went by her.
Yeah. She also probably doesn't want to see herself into foul trouble.
She has 2 here in the second quarter and has so far been Cobleskill's leading scorer on the afternoon, has 8 of the first 14, Finch triple teamed inside, and she takes too many steps. And Baruch there really combating the size with extra bodies, throwing 3 at her as she corralled the ball in the paint. Yeah,
you're going to see a lot of extra pressure applied to that mismatch, David. That's really was the winning recipe for the game against Purchase, where we had a similar situation.
And if you're Baruch, I think you kind of have to live with, if Cobleskill beats you today, shooting only 3s and hitting them, it's way better than them beating you inside with some size.
Of course. There's shots you want them to take.
Snyder swings the ball around to Zerpolo. Now it's cross court to Dawson. She's going to pull on the 18-footer and knocks it down. Maybe not the shot that you want as a coach, but when it goes in, counts as 2 nonetheless.
But yeah, speaking towards that, you kind of want to force Cobleskill to have to take those low percentage shots, because usually that'll bode well for the defense.
Nice play there by Anna Post to get into the paint. Unfortunately can't finish, but good work by her to put it on the deck. 1 dribble and pop. Spyu now to Snyder, looking for options. Back over to Snyder, and what we've seen a lot, and credit to Coach Coachers, if Snyder's shot no good. Ball's loose, and Snyder comes away with it. Since Cobleskill are in that 2-3 zone, we've seen a lot of passes going fully across the court, and it's been a slow transition for Cobleskill to come back around. Nice play by Dawson, can't finish. Rivera boxes out, keeps it alive. Nope, they're going to say she stepped on the end line, and it'll go back to the Fighting Tigers of Cobleskill.
But yeah, a tremendous amount of ball movement there in that possession, David.
And the defense has almost collapsed too far on the far side, and then they brought the ball near side where that created the open shot here by Snyder, and now the 3 there, no good by Chittenden, and it's going to go straight out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. It's going to be a timeout for Coach Coachrzos with 6:33 remaining. Baruch are up now 18-14, and a nice run here in the second quarter for the Bearcats.
Yeah, they're seeming to find their stride on offense as far as finishing. That was kind of the theme coming in here into this second quarter, is they're getting their opportunities, but they just weren't finishing, whether it be their shots or inside. So really nice adjustment by the Bearcats to kind of find their stride here in the second.
And definitely playing a little better basketball, more controlled basketball, and definitely hitting some open shots. We talked after the first how they really weren't hitting. They were only 4 of 17 after the first quarter, really coming out in this quarter and playing a lot better. Already 3 of 7 here, or 3 of 8 here in the quarter, so shooting about 40% from the field and definitely trending the right way.
Absolutely. So you really love to see that correction coming into the second quarter.
And Baruch on the defensive end still playing strong. We've seen that shooting percentage from Cobleskill, 41% after the first, has now dropped to 28% from the game. So definitely some adjustments being made, and Baruch really taking advantage of trying to hone in on what Cobleskill was doing.
Yep.
Going to the bigs inside. Baruch has combated that on a couple of occasions with extra bodies, and the Bearcats definitely making those adjustments in game, because that was only Coach Coach's second time out of the afternoon.
For sure, and now you're seeing a lot of the Cobleskill shots, like you said, low percentage shots. So that's likely why their field goal percentage is falling pretty steadily.
Now Spayu hands off to Snyder. She was getting hounded there by Martinez and Sutton. Good D there by Cobleskill. Now ball's being moved around. Up top to Snyder. Now swung around to Spayu. Bounce pass inside to Dawson. Defense going to collapse. Ball stolen. No sloppy pass there from Dawson to Spayu. And now Post comes away with it right into the lane. Off left rim. No good. Rivera comes away with that rebound. And Baruch's going to push again. And smart play there by Dawson. I think Baruch's been most effective when they've slowed down the offense.
Absolutely.
Spayu, left wing jumper. It's good. Knocks it down just inside the three-point line. That's going to be a 2. And a couple of shots from that exact location. We saw Nia Dawson hit one just a moment ago. Yep. And now Spayu from the exact same spot.
Yeah, Bearcats having a lot of success in that spot.
Post inside. Now up top to Sutton. Sutton straightaway 3. No good. Rebounded there by Zerpolo, and she's going to quickly push into the offensive end. Sutton on her. Now off to Snyder. 3 ball. Off front rim. Just a little short. Had the direction, not the power. Post now to Martinez. Martinez straight inside. Oh, almost had the scoop layup good. Instead rolls off front rim, and it'll go. The foul will be there on number 25, Melinda Spayu, and that's her third. And you'll see Millie Yee check back into the game. And Spayu into some foul trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see her for the rest of the quarter. You have to wonder if bringing her in to start the second quarter was the right move, knowing she had the foul trouble already.
Yeah, it's always kind of tough to predict sometimes, but also she's so athletic. She's in the middle of a lot of those plays, so it's definitely going to rack up some foul calls here and there just for kind of being an active defender.
The fouls find her sometimes.
Yeah.
With Martinez at the line knocking down the first. Coming in on the midway point here in the second quarter. Baruch now lead by 4, 20-16. Frances Snyder will bring it up for the Bearcats. Walks it up. And Cabrera, who just checked back into the game, will pick her up. Now she'll be on part of the top of the 2-3 zone. Sutton has come to the bench. Now inside to Rivera. And double dribble there, and another turnover for the Bearcats. And a little sloppy play here in the last few minutes from Baruch.
Yeah, Bearcats need to really limit their mistakes here late in the half.
So Cabrera will bring it up. Gives off to Chittenden. Now back to Cabrera. Cabrera's going to pull baseline. Way short. And it's going to go off Chittenden last, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. But a sloppy possession there for Cobleskill. And if you're Coach Bowman of the Fighting Tigers, I'm not sure that's the type of offense you're looking to run.
Yeah.
Dawson inside. Now over to Yee. Gives it off to Snyder. Thinks about the shot. Now over to Yee up top. Dangerous pass into Dawson, and it's stolen. And it's only Yee back. It could be a 3-on-1, and it's going to go over to Martinez, and she's able to lay it in. Now Snyder will bring it into the front court. Some sloppy play here by the Bearcats the last few possessions. Snyder swings it around. Zerpolo in the corner, back way across, almost intercepted. Oh, Zerpolo able to corral it. Good D there by Chittenden. Zerpolo into the lane, can't finish, a little too strong off left rim. And it'll be Post who comes away with it. Zerpolo almost swiped it on the way back. Nice heads-up play there by Post. Now Martinez has it in the corner. Wide open 3, as Baruch can't really pick up their assignments on the way back, but fortunate for them off back rim, and it'll Nia Dawson over to Snyder. Now bounce pass inside. Over to baseline, Zerpolo. Shot a little too strong off left rim. Zerpolo fights for the rebound. Able to go reverse layup. Lays it in. Nice play there by Daniela Zerpolo.
Yeah, good job following up her shot there, David. Tough finish, too.
Foul there. Martinez is going to go back to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Martinez has been driving a ton for Cobleskill. Into a lot of contact, drawing a lot of fouls. That seems to be the game plan right now offensively.
So another group of subs here for the Fighting Tigers. We see them rotate pretty quickly in and out. Sutton comes back into the game. Mirashewski comes back into the game as well. And number 23, Britton, checks back into the game. All for Cobleskill. So a little bit of a difference because we see Baruch probably play more of a consolidated bench, whereas Cobleskill really goes deep into their bench.
Yep.
Ten players have already played in the first half for the Fighting Tigers of Cobleskill, as Martinez knocks them both down. Clutch free throws there to cut the lead back down to 2. 3.5 remaining here in the first half. Baruch lead 22-20. It'll be Val Michi now over to Zerpolo. Baseline jumper, high arcing shot, a little short. And Baruch really settling for some of those baseline shots. Going to be a jump ball there. And it's going to stay with Baruch on the possession now. But Baruch really settling for those baseline shots, and they just haven't been falling for them. We've seen Rivera off, and now we've seen Zerpolo on a couple of occasions missing some baseline jumpers.
Yep. They've been getting their looks, but, again, just kind of struggling to finish as we're going into the half here.
Now Millie E has it, looking for options, and another dangerous cross-court pass. We've seen Cobleskill really hone in on some of those as Dawson's fouled on the free throw line jump shot, and that'll send her to the line. Well, Baruch really had success, I think, in the first quarter, maybe leading into the second on some of those cross-court passes. A little struggling now getting some of those passes across. We've seen them intercepted on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, Cobleskill is definitely going to start to anticipate those too. Those are dangerous passes, so you got to be careful.
Dawson knocks down the first, a very good free throw shooter in her own right. And knocks them both down. So extends the lead back to 4. Now Sutton will bring the ball up for the Fighting Tigers. Ball up top as Sutton dribbles up. Now hand off to Cabrera. Straightaway 3 by Cabrera, way short. And we've seen her miss a few of those this game. Short from the left corner before, and now short from up top.
Bearcats hoping to open up this lead a little bit going into halftime.
A nice play there to find Millie Yee back door and able to lay it in. And they're going to need more out of Sutton. She only has 1 point. She's currently the Tigers' leading scorer at over 16 per game. Nice find to Martinez, who's having a pretty good game in her own right. Or that's going to give her 12 on the evening, where she's been solid from the free throw line, 5 of 6 from the stripe. Ooh, almost got knocked away there. Yee inside, over to Zerpolo, off glass, no good, a little too strong, rebounded by Mirashewski, and now Sutton will come away with it, up top to Britton. Britton going to go right into the lane, off glass, nice little, it was almost a Euro step there into the paint, and she's able to finish with the right hand. Now Yee has it, gives it up top to Nia Dawson. She's going to pull a straightaway 3, knocks it down. Nia Dawson hits a 3 and extends the Baruch lead to 5, and end-to-end basketball here at the Arc Arena in the first half of the first game of your doubleheader as Sutton's fouled up top. And they're going to say the continuation does not count. It'll be Cobleskill ball underneath as Cabrera comes to the bench. It'll be Hughes and Post into the game, and also Martinez will come to the bench for a well-deserved breather, having a monster first half, 12 points for Cobleskill.
Yeah, Martinez out of Coram, New York. Long Island, so a little bit of homecoming here, not too far here in the city.
And Hughes lose that one underneath, so it'll be back to Baruch. Snyder takes the 3, knocks it down. Frances Snyder's second 3 of the first half. 2 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 7 overall from the floor. Sutton straightaway 3 can rattle that one home, and I think Cobleskill is going to need a lot more of that. Sutton, their leading scorer, only her fourth point of the afternoon. End-to-end action here at the Arc Arena. Nia Dawson has it now. Ball swung around. Snyder wants it again. She knocks it down again. Frances Snyder, back-to-back 3s. Give her 9 on the evening. And Baruch have an 8-point lead. A couple big shots right before half. Now Sutton in the lane, going up against 3. But Post there for the rebound. Way too strong. Maybe thought she didn't have as much time as she did. And Zerpolo will bring it up for the Bearcats. Jumper, no good. She's fouled. The foul there is going to be on number 50, Gabby Mirashewski.
And that's not a good foul on what was most likely Baruch's last possession. Especially that deep.
Yeah, when you pull up for a jump shot, especially in transition, a lot of times your feet are not set.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like she may have been off balance on that shot. So a nice opportunity here for Zerpolo, who's a quality free throw shooter in her own right. Able to knock it down. Shooting 75% on the season, down from her clip last year, about 81%. But still here in the early going. She was perfect until she played Purchase and missed a couple, so that'll bring it down, but that'll bring her right back up. She knocks them both down. Baruch's biggest lead of the night, up by 10, 37-27. Cobleskill, in theory, can hold for the last shot, about a second difference between shot clock and game clock. Mirashewski up top. Now over to Britton. Britton, left wing 3. Knocks that one down. Nia Dawson a little late to close down there.
Yeah, tons of back and forth basketball here, David. Both teams responding to one another.
Snyder now into the paint. Gives it off to Millie Yee. Almost loses it. It's going to be Michi. Has to force. Shot no good off back rim, off glass inside rim. And that'll do it for the first half here at the Arc Arena. Baruch have a 7-point lead, but really showing some dominance here in the last 2 to 3 minutes of the second quarter.
Yeah, able to get a lot of momentum going on the offense side of the ball. And much credit to SUNY Cobleskill as well for not folding and for responding to all of Baruch's offense there.
So credit to Snyder and Dawson. I think they really pushed the tempo here in the last couple of minutes. Snyder hitting back-to-back threes and really putting a little bit more pressure on the Cobleskill offense to make a comeback, as Baruch was up 10 there in the late going before they got the 3 points back.
Yeah, Snyder really kind of continued exactly where she left off on the offense side of the ball there, put a lot of pressure on Cobleskill and able to convert on those
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. It is the first game of your doubleheader tonight, this afternoon, between Baruch College and SUNY Cobleskill. The men will be playing after this against Gallaudet University Bison, so definitely stay tuned for that. It'll be a 2 o'clock tip. We still have another half of basketball alongside Brian Flannery. I'm David Just, and we have a 7-point game, Brian, going in the second half. Baruch trailing after one, making a strong comeback there behind Nia Dawson and Francis Snyder.
Yeah, Dawson and Snyder definitely leading the way for the Bearcats. And you saw in a game that was not a ton of scoring to start, and it wasn't exactly a defensive battle. Like we said, just a lot of mistakes on both sides. But then going into the half, it was an offensive shootout.
Yeah, and it definitely was. Right before the half, we saw Snyder hit back-to-back threes. We saw Nia Dawson really playing well. And it'll be the Fighting Tigers of Cobleskill ball here to start the second half. It'll be Sutton over to Chittenden. Looking for options. Chittenden right into the lane. Left-hand shot, around out, no good. Rebounded there. Ball fought for, and it'll come out to Daniela Zerpolo on the right wing. Now Spyu has it up top. Back inside to Spy. Now outside to Snyder. Straightaway three. No good. A little too strong. Ball fought for there. Mirashewski comes away with it for the Tigers.
Snyder looking to pick up where she left off going into the half there.
And definitely a wide open look up top. Just a little too strong for Francis. Now Sutton, three-point shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And a 6-point swing there for the Bearcats.
And Dave, you almost got a question too. How is Snyder still that open after really proving herself from beyond the perimeter?
Agreed, Brian. I don't know how you could leave her open and expect her not to hit, but the Tigers lucked out on that one.
Yeah.
Another missed shot there by the Bearcats. It was Rivera on the baseline this time. Now a crossover move by Cabrera. Swings it back outside. Sutton has the shot. She'll pull over Snyder. Rattles that one home. Back-to-back threes. And by number 12, Nylasia Sutton, the leading scorer for the Tigers on the season.
And that's been the biggest thing, too, for Cobleskill, to really try to get Sutton going. Like you said, leading scorer. So she's definitely finding her stride here in the second half.
Over 16 points per game. Has 10 tonight. Nice rebound there by Spyu. Now Spyu inside, over to Dawson. Left corner three, knocks that one down. A nice response there by the Bearcats from Nia Dawson. Baruch up by 4 now. 3 threes combined here in the early going. Dangerous pass there by Sutton, right into the stomach pretty much of Zerpolo. Looking for Dawson. Inside, able to lay it in off the glass. A little bit of contact, not enough. And Baruch will extend that lead back to 6.
Yeah, good job there by Zerpolo to get that steal and then find Dawson in transition.
Dangerous pass there by Sutton on the offensive end for Cobleskill in last possession. And another turnover there. It was Chittenden trying to give it to Finch, but now it's Spyu full length of the court. She's fouled. And Finch, that'll be her 3rd foul. So it's going to send Spyu to the line, but it's also going to give Coach Bowman something to think about with one of their leading scorers now in big foul trouble.
You're 6'1". You don't need to block shots. Just be big.
Coach Bowman has a point. And Spyu rattles that one home. Finch is 6'1", towering over Baruch's tallest player, who's Nia Dawson at 5'9", and wasn't even in on that play. As Spyu's the one that got fouled at 5'6". And Spyu good on the first, so she'll have an opportunity to extend the lead to 8. Knocks that one down as well. Cabrera walks it over the timeline. Finch has it now at the free throw line, gives off to Mirashewski. That's an up and down. That's going to be a travel. And you got to either let go of the ball or put it on the floor, and she did neither. So it's going to be a timeout for SUNY Cobleskill with 2.5 gone here in the third quarter. Baruch keeping that 8-point lead after some big threes there by Nia Dawson. But also a little struggle on the defensive end for Baruch as Sutton has hit back-to-back threes for Cobleskill.
Absolutely. And then offensively, even in transition, David, Cobleskill committed a few too many errors for their liking at this point in the game. So that's likely why they called a timeout to try to regroup here.
And also you could hear Coach Bowman really talking it over, saying how we have the size advantage, don't foul, just play strong defense and make them go up and all around you to get the bucket, which you could see Finch really came down on the arm of Spyu, which led to those 2 free throws.
Yeah, that has to be their approach.
And to your credit, 16 turnovers now for Cobleskill, a little bit more than coming in on 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. So definitely playing dangerously. Now Rivera gives it outside to Snyder. She has the shot. Nope, instead she'll swing it around to Dawson. Looked like she might have had some space. And then Dawson driving, no good. Marashewski, Dawson both in on it. Dawson, nice, able to pass it, I think from her stomach right there on the end line. Give it off to Spayu.
And let's see what the call is here. It's on number 50. They're going to call a blocking foul.
I think it was, once again, 2 hands on the back, and that's going to be called every time. You have to hand check with only one hand. The second you get that second hand in there, it's going to be an easy call for the refs.
Yep, 10 out of 10 times.
And we saw it a lot, I think, last week against on Tuesday night, against SUNY Purchase.
Yep. And Zerpolo will inbound.
Looking for options right into Rivera. Rivera up to Snyder. The defense has collapsed. Snyder is able to pull and knocks it down. Francis Snyder knocks it down again. Big shooting here on the afternoon. And Megan Hughes able to answer with a 2 at the other end. Francis Snyder right now 4 of 7 from downtown, so having a big game. Ooh, Rivera open back door, can't finish. Ball's batted around, and it'll be Martinez who actually just checked back into the game, the leading scorer for the Fighting Tigers with 12 in the first half. Sutton straightaway 3. Shot no good. It's going to be Hughes on the rebound, able to finish. Nice play there by Hughes. Able to get around Spayu for the defensive board, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Kocherzos, and he can't like what he's seeing right now. Sloppy play on the offensive end. Granted, Schneider hit the 3, just a lot of loose balls, and Baruch having to fight for the ball, and then, of course, giving up easy buckets here on the defensive end.
Yeah, Spayu kind of lost her positioning there underneath the hoop, and easy basket for Cobleskill there.
So Baruch leading 47 of 40. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And, you know, I was going to say at the end of the first half, if they keep playing the way they were playing in that second quarter, they were definitely on the way to a victory. However, we've seen them play a little bit more sloppy coming out of halftime, and maybe not the same narrative. Granted, still up by 7, but it may be a little bit more of a hard-fought game than it looked like it was going to be coming out of the first half.
Absolutely, yeah. This one might come down to pretty late in the fourth, and depending on really who kind of limits their mistakes and capitalizes on the other ones. So,
I mean, I think Baruch really has gone on one sizable run, and it was at the end of the second quarter where we saw Snyder and Dawson really hit some threes and extend the lead back to 10. Cobleskill able to cut it back down to 7, but it is Baruch's basketball, and see if they can extend the lead a little. Coming in on 4 minutes gone here in the third. Spayu has it now in the corner. She's going to drive baseline. Cabrera on her. Now it's a double team. Over to Rivera, outside to Snyder, 3. Knocks that one down. It's going to be another 3 for Snyder. 5 of 8 from downtown, a 63% clip, and a monster game for Francis Snyder. That's 15. Martinez now underneath. She's trapped. And it's going to be a 3-second violation from Martinez. And just a sloppy play. She got trapped, and you really can't stop your dribble when you're deep inside the paint there.
Yeah, and really good job by Baruch coming out of the timeout and making those defensive corrections.
So out of the timeout, we saw a 3 on one end by Snyder. To Brian's point, a nice defensive play here, trapping on the 3 seconds. And you're almost forcing the trap when you stop yourself in the paint there. As now Rivera has it over to Spayu. Spayu's left wing jumper is good. Are they going to say it was a 3? I think they're going to say it was a 2. And it's going to be a 52-40 lead for the Bearcats.
Yeah, again, really speaking towards that momentum, Bearcats seem to really find their stride once again here now in the third quarter.
Spayu's got 8. Ball tip. Now Sutton has it. Back to Martinez. Martinez looking to get going again after a monster first half. Nice block there by Zerpolo. Nope, they're going to say it was on the arm. And it'll be Anna Post to go to the line, the 5'8" freshman from Bovina Center, New York. Anna Post, a 65% free throw shooter here in the first part of the season. Knocks it down. So right now it's Sutton, Hughes, Cabrera, Martinez, and Post for Cobleskill, where it's Snyder, Zerpolo, Rivera, Dawson, and Spayu for the Bearcats. Post knocks them both down. Now it's a 10-point game coming in on the midway point of the quarter, and I think the ref saw what I saw, that the clock was not running. So it'll be probably going to knock a few seconds off there. It's going to be 5:04, and it should be about 26 seconds left on the shot clock. So it'll be Snyder to inbound on the far side, and second clock malfunction of the game, but it's all good, and we'll continue here with Snyder. Now up top to Dawson. Ball moving around the perimeter. Now it's Dawson in the lane. Elbow jumper. Nice little forcing it over the rim, and knocks it down as Nia Dawson.
Again, the Bearcats really kind of seem to be clicking now offensively. And they just got another stop here as Rivera gets the rebound.
Dawson having a monster game so far, 21-5 with 3 assists. Already at her yearly average, having a big game. Now Spyu inside. Spyu goes strong into the lane, and now she's in double digits. That's her 10th bucket.
And again, when you have 3 players in double digits, that's usually going to bode well for any offense.
And Zerpolo has 6 herself. Baruch's biggest lead of the night, up by 14, 56-42. And Baruch, I said just as this run started, I said they've only gone on 1 run tonight. They've probably gone on 2 now. Now Snyder comes away with the steal from post. Snyder going to go end to end. And she gets fouled. I think the foul there is going to be on number 30, Erica Cabrera. That's going to be her second foul. We're going to see Finch and Britton check back into the game for the Tigers as Cabrera and Post come to the bench. Coach Bowman regularly rotating her players in and out, keeping fresh legs on the court at most times.
Yeah, a lot of depth on that SUNY Cobleskill bench.
And Snyder knocks it down. And rattles home the second, so Snyder 2 of 2 from the line. She's also shooting 88% this season, probably close to 90 after those 2. Baruch up by 16. Sutton into the lane. Looking for the foul. Instead they're going to say it was a block. Dawson comes away with it. Bounce pass into Zerpolo. Now ball still loose. Dawson gets it back. Wild shot by Dawson. She's looking for a foul. Letting him play through it on the refs. And now Martinez going end to end. Steps around Spyu. Blocking foul on Spyu. And it'll send Martinez to the line.
And Coach Strozo is definitely not happy with that call. And that's looks like Spyu's 4th.
Well, excuse me, they're going to actually change that to Rivera from behind. It looked like it was Spyu blocking from front. I think Coach Bowman was thinking the same thing. I mean, anytime you can get one of the opposing team's best players into some serious foul trouble, force her to the bench, especially here in the third. But they're going to call it on Rivera, and that'll be Rivera's 3rd. So Baruch may have gotten away with that one there.
Yeah.
And the second free throw by Martinez, no good. Baruch up by 15. Ball's loose. Britton gets it swiped from her by Zerpolo. Now Spyu has it. Nice play there by Zerpolo to pretty much rip it between the legs of Britton.
Yep.
Now it'll be Snyder, right wing, looking for options. It's going to be Nia Dawson up top. Now back to Snyder. Bounce pass inside over to Rivera. Now Zerpolo. And now quickly the other way is Hughes. Nice little drop step. It's going to be a charge. Offensive foul on Megan Hughes. Right into the chest of Melinda Spyu. You can see her shaking off the cobwebs on that one. Looks like the right arm a little bit, testing out that elbow. Seems to be pretty good to go. Another dangerous play there by Spyu, because if you don't get that, that's that foul that we were previously worried about on the last possession.
But yeah, Melinda's as good as anybody in college basketball as far as taking those charges, so hopefully the Bearcats can capitalize on that now.
You can see her rubbing that right arm a little bit, but she'll keep on going. And his baseline jumper there by Zerpolo is good. Knocks it down, and that's a 60-43 lead. A nice spin move there by Britton. So 60-44 is the first free throw there by Britton goes down. And she knocks down the second. Right now a 66% free throw shooter on the season. Now Spyu has it up top to Valmichi. Over to Snyder, looking for options. Now it's inside. Nice backdoor cut by Zerpolo. Baseline jumper or off the rim twice. No good. Britton comes away with the rebound. Coach Bowman wants the Tigers to push. Now it'll be Hughes trying to get it inside. Ball gets deflected out to the Tigers. Bounce pass back inside to Finch. Finch turnaround jumper. No good. A little short. And now Dawson has it. Ball stolen there by Martinez. Nice read there as Dawson was trying to find Snyder. Martinez able to lay it in. Now Snyder has it up top. As Cobleskill is able to cut into this lead a little bit. 2 unanswered buckets. That time into Zerpolo. Shot no good. Ball bounced around. And it's Britton that comes away with it. It's going to go off the leg of Spyu last. And will stay with the Tigers.
Timeout, sir.
So it's going to be a timeout for SUNY Cobleskill with 1:41 left. And definitely want to talk it over as they're going to get the ball back. A big offensive possession here for Cobleskill as they trail by 13.
Yeah, they definitely have a tall task ahead of them to try to cut down at this deficit and make this a close game in the fourth.
And they probably should have even got a bucket on the last possession because they had Finch inside just a little short. And we've seen her short arm a few of those shots where she's had position in the post, just really not able to get the ball into the basket.
Yeah, exactly. Really just they're coming close, and they're definitely putting on Baruch here. So both teams need to make some necessary adjustments going into the fourth quarter if they want to get their desired outcome.
And both teams shooting 39% right now.
Have me with 2 fouls and 2 30s. 2 fouls.
And Baruch right now plus 10 in that turnover battle. So you have to think that if Cobleskill can hold on to the ball a little bit more, it's a lot closer of a game than 13.
Speaking of holding on to the ball, offensive rebound kept alive by Cobleskill, able to finish his post. Oh, Hughes, excuse me.
And now it looks like Cobleskill is going to go into the full court press. Now it's across the timeline to Spyu. Inside to Nia Dawson. Dawson trying to finish, and she's fouled. And that's going to be Finch's fourth. And that'll quickly bring her to the bench as number 21, Anna Post, checks back into the game. And Dawson knocks down the first, extending the lead to 12. And drains them both, so it's a 13-point lead here for the Bearcats, coming in on a minute remaining here in the third. Now it's Cabrera into the paint, losing the ball. Nope, she's able to corral it, but now she's into a trap. Gets it out to Post, looking for options. It's going to be Britton. Britton's 3-ball, high arcing, off back rim, no good. It's going to be Hughes who comes away with it. Hughes knocks that one down off glass. Nice play there by Megan Hughes to stay with it.
Cobleskill keeping up this press as Dawson stripped of the ball.
And she fouls Cabrera. Good steal there, and it's going to be a timeout, I believe, for Coach Kotrazos. And it's going to be a timeout as Coach Kotrazos wants to talk stuff over. As Cobleskill really bringing that press, almost forming into a trap. And if you're Baruch, you have to kind of figure out how you're going to overcompensate for that because got at it the first time, as you can see, an early steal there for Cabrera.
Yeah.
And also, just giving Cobleskill extra possessions here in the third quarter.
Exactly, and they're going to come right back to that press once the fourth quarter starts winding down as well. So the Bearcats can figure it out here. I think it'll kind of bode well as this game gets later.
So Baruch up by 11, a little under 40 seconds remaining, 39.8 to be exact, 62-51. But it is going to be Cobleskill ball on the far side as Martinez will inbound. Cabrera has it up top. It's going to be Michi on her. Val Michi, who just checked back into the game. It's going to be Michi, Snyder, Dawson, Spyu, and Zerpolo. Handoff now to Britton. Inside for Post. She's double teamed. Left hand too short. Kicks it back out to Martinez. Right wing three. No good, a little too long. Britton comes away with the rebound again. Now up top to Cabrera. 9 seconds remaining here in the third. It's going to be the final possession, Cobleskill. Pick right for post. Instead, Cabrera will go left. Gives it off to Britton. Britton's fouled.
No, excuse me. Blocked by Zerpolo?
Yep, they're going to say it's going to be a block. It's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be inbound underneath with 0.3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. I think Coach Bowman wanted a foul, and I might have led that on as well because I thought it was a foul.
Yeah.
It looked like there was some contact. However, they're going to say it was a clean block, and now you almost have to quick chuck. Nope, not enough time. I don't know how you can't put it on the floor there.
No.
You have to know the situation. So with going into the fourth quarter, Baruch leads 62-51. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
And welcome back to the ball game here at the Arc Arena. We enter the fourth with Baruch leading 62-51. Big quarter for the Bearcats as they were able to extend their lead by a point and keep the pressure on for SUNY Cobleskill. Baruch trying to keep their undefeated streak going, start the season 5-0. Cobleskill on the other hand, trying not to drop their last 4 ball games. And it'll be Baruch's ball to start. Inside to Zerpolo. Now Spyu has it, puts it on the deck. Looks like she might have got some contact. Wild shot there by Spyu, no good. Rebounded by Cobleskill. Crossover move by Post. Post straight into the lane, kicks it out to Britton on the corner. Up and under, layup by Britton, no good. Nice play there. And had a chance to cut it back to a single-digit lead.
Yeah, just rolled out there as Snyder puts it up.
Way off. Britton's able to get that. Now throws it up ahead to Martinez. Nice spin move. Martinez lays it in. Ball game back to 9 points.
Yeah, Martinez has really been that X factor for the SUNY Cobleskill offense. Put a lot of pressure on Baruch. She's drawn a lot of fouls, and she's able to finish despite a lot of contact. So if the Bearcats can stop Martinez, they'll likely stop a lot of this offense, but they haven't really been able to.
And Martinez is actually strong on the defensive end there, forcing the steal. Unfortunately, the ball goes off her knee last, and it'll go back to Baruch. So fortunate for the Bearcats, unfortunate for Cobbleskill's comeback attempts.
Yep, and Spyu will give it to Snyder. Valmichi, back to Spyu. Tough pass there. Zerpolo unable to corral that.
And Britton will come away with it for the Tigers. Ball in the paint. Now Britton has it in the corner for the Tigers.
And Spyu almost gets that one.
You can see her shaking her hand. Might have jammed the finger on that. And a big three there by number 23, Monique Britton, the 5'8" junior from Westerlo, New York. Now Spyu in the lane on the other end. Can't finish. Ball comes to Zerpolo, though. Baruch got a fresh 20. Gives it back off to Spyu.
And what's the call there, David?
I think it's going to be a 3-second violation on the Bearcats, and the Baruch lead. That was 1:11 to start the quarter, now down to 6, and Cobleskill have the ball. Only a minute and 38 gone here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can really feel a lot of that momentum now picking up on Cobbleskill's side. It's also going to be interesting, too, if they can get Sutton going on the offensive side. Team's leading scorer, I think that will definitely make this fourth quarter pretty interesting.
And a nice play, turnaround post play there by Anna Post. The name is fitting on that one, as now Cobleskill again going to the full court press. Baruch able to get it up into the front court. Zerpolo has it now over to Dawson. Cabrera all over her. Valmichi swings it outside. Now it's bounce pass inside of Spayu. Baseline jumper by Zerpolo. Shot short, no good. Rebounded there by Post. Baruch only have a 4-point lead. Cobleskill can cut into it. Ball swung around. Now it's Sutton up top, their leading scorer. Cabrera to Martinez. Back to Cabrera. Inside to Post. She gets fouled and won by Anna Post. It is a 2-point lead for Baruch. And Cobleskill has an opportunity to cut into one. What a quarter so far if you're the Cobleskill Fighting Tigers.
Yeah, if you're Coach Bowman, you couldn't ask for your team to go on a more timelier run than this. And also, David, it's important to consider that the Bearcats really haven't had that closely of a contested game this late in the season. So this is really the first test for this Bearcats squad.
Post is off. Dawson with the rebound, but a 9-0 run for the Fighting Tigers to start the quarter. A big play, a bunch of big plays here. See Martinez, we've seen Britton, and we've seen Post a few times inside. And now it's Dawson for the Bearcats, left wing. Looking for options. Their Polo goes baseline. She's fouled. Shot won't count as it was no good as well, so it'll be inbound underneath by Spayu, but Baruch really searching for a basket right now and need one to stop the run here for the Tigers.
Yeah, this possession's huge.
Now Dawson up top, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Back into Spayu, working one-on-one, shots way off to the left, and it's going to be Post up to Cabrera, who's streaking. Cabrera able to corral the pass, gives it inside to Post, tipped away there. I think it might have been either Snyder or Rivera, but Spayu comes away with it. Spayu spin move in the paint, kicks it back out to Snyder. Some wild passing here for the Bearcats. And it's going to be a travel on Dawson, and it's going to go back to Cobleskill.
Again, just a lot of commotion on both sides there, David. You got a turnover on a Cobleskill, and then Baruch gets charged with the travel. So just a lot of back and forth basketball, but you almost want to consider both teams kind of slow down, put up some quality possessions here.
So it'll be Cabrera to bring it into the front court. Now to Post, working on Rivera. Goes right around Rivera and is able to finish, and we're all tied up here with 6 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in the fourth. We're going to have a nail-biter here at the Arc Arena. Once again, the trap. Spayu loses it. Nope, they're going to say she was fouled. Foul there's going to be on number 15, Tylisa Martinez. And now Michi back into the game as Rivera comes to the bench. Then Baruch as a whole, Rivera on that last play, but Baruch as a whole really struggling with the size of Post.
In the post, yeah.
Post has been a big part of this comeback here. Now Valmichi thinks about the shot. It's going to be Spayu baseline, looking for options. Bounce pass inside, back give and go to Spayu, and she's able to stop the bleeding as Baruch takes the 2-point lead again. Baruch's first basket of the quarter comes with about 4 minutes gone here in the fourth. Bounce pass inside the Post. Cabrera has it now, gives it off to Post again, and if I'm Cobleskill, I'm trying to find Post as much as I can. Nice play there by Martinez. A floater off the glass is good. And now, once again, the press here for Cobleskill, and it's going to be a foul there on Sutton, leaning in a little bit too much as Dawson bringing it across the timeline.
And, Dave, you wonder how long Cobleskill can keep up this press because they got to play a much longer court because of that. And you got to question how long they can keep that intensity up for the rest of this game.
And they've been playing it a lot because on the offensive end, they're able to get buckets and go into that press.
Yeah.
If they're missing shots, it's hard for them to press. So it's almost like a double-edged sword, excuse me.
Yep.
And inside to Spy, who's able to finish. Oh, nice give and go there between, it was actually a three-way pass from Michi to Zerpolo to Spayu. But, yeah, I mean, if you're going to keep scoring, though, you got to keep pressing, and it's actually gotten them very much back into this ballgame.
Absolutely.
Now Cabrera has it on right wing, the toughest opponent that we've seen Baruch have to face. The first time they've really seen true adversity late in the ballgame this season.
So this is a real test for this Bearcats women's basketball team.
Cabrera's 2-point shot, no good. Ball's loose. It's going to be to Spayu, not from her rear, able to give it off to Dawson. Hand off to Michi. That might have looked like a carry actually right there. I don't know if you saw that one, but now Dawson into the lane, able to finish high off the glass. Nia Dawson having a big game. That gives her 25. It's been quiet here in the late going. She also has 6 turnovers, so. And a foul there is going to be on Spayu as Post went hard in the paint. And not really a shot you want to foul her on. Anna Post really at an awkward angle, also very close to the end line, using the glass. And that's going to send her on the line for 2. An opportunity to cut this into this 4-point Baruch lead. Off back rim on the first. And Cobleskill being well represented here in the stands today. As you mentioned, a lot of people from the New York area, so able to bring the families out and see their daughters play some ball.
Absolutely. I think that's definitely played into this, and they've been able to capture a lot of energy and momentum because of that. Cobleskill is about a 3-hour trip to from there to Baruch, obviously, but like you said, a lot of girls from the New York area. As Dawson's unable to finish that one, rebounded by Martinez. She'll take it up.
Quickly up to Sutton, and now an opportunity to cut again into the Baruch lead. 4 minutes coming in on 4 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Straightaway 3 by Sutton, off back rim, no good. Rebounded there by Dawson. And Dawson's going to slow things up. And also, to your point, Brian, doesn't allow Cobleskill to get into that press because of missed shots. Now Spayu, free throw line jumper, knocks that one down. And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Coachizos. 3:46 remaining. Baruch have extended that lead back out to 5, but it's been a nervy fourth quarter if you're the Bearcats.
Absolutely, and we really spoke towards this earlier, but this is the first real adversity that this Bearcats women's basketball team has faced this season, this late in the game. So you're going to see a lot of – this is definitely a big test that SUNY Cobleskill is putting on this Bearcats squad.
So far in their games this season, they've won by 23 against Cedar Crest, 20 against Yeshiva, 15 against St. Joe's, and then we saw a 31-point victory against SUNY Purchase where they really put their foot on the gas from the second quarter to the end of the game.
Yeah.
But to your point, 5 points, down by 3:46. I think we're going to learn a good amount about this ball club in the remainder of this game.
Absolutely. This is definitely a real test for this team. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, what kind of approach Cobleskill takes. You likely think they're going to keep up that full court press as long as they can keep scoring on the offensive side of the ball. And also you want to question what's Baruch's approach going to be.
And a post just have to get bandaged up there, a little bit of a cut, which will happen from time to time from either burns from hitting the floor or just hands from fighting for rebounds. But we're good to go, and it'll be Cobleskill ball, down 5, 3:40 remaining here in the ball game. Can Baruch stay undefeated here? Inside to Finch, ball swiped from her from Zerpolo. You almost want to give Finch the ball high there, a little too low, and Zerpolo's able to rip it away.
Yep, good play by Zerpolo to get Bearcat the possessions back.
And now it'll be Snyder on the cymbal. Ball swung around, Dawson right wing. Looking for options. Is Zerpolo on the baseline? Don't want to get trapped over there. And it'll be Spayu with 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Dawson crossing over into the lane. Off back rim, no good. Rebound fall for. And it's going to be an over-the-back call there against Dawson. And it'll go back to Cobleskill. Coming in on 3 minutes remaining. It'll be Cobleskill ball. Have to go full length to the floor.
Cross Jordan! Here we go. Cross Jordan!
And it'll be Sutton into the front court. Has Cabrera right wing. Ball inside to Finch. Deeper inside to Post. Has to circle back, though. Now it's Sutton on the wing. Over to Martinez. Nice pick there by Finch. Cabrera was thinking about the shot. Instead, gives it off to Martinez. Corner 3. What a block there by Zerpolo into the first or second row. And that'll get the Baruch fans loud. And that was emphatic by Daniela Zerpolo.
Yeah, Zerpolo's been playing a lot of good defense here for the Bearcats late. And that's when you need the defense. So big credit to her as that ball is inbounded.
Dangerous. Cabrera comes away with it. Back out to Post. Has Sutton. Sutton's right wing 3. Zerpolo closing down. Sutton knocks it down and cuts the lead to 2. And to your point by Daniela Zerpolo, if I'm reading the stat line correct, 9 rebounds, 7 steals, and that huge block.
Oh, my gosh.
So having a monster defensive game.
You can't ask for anything
We've been
more.
calling her name a lot on the defensive end. Now Snyder thinks about the three, doesn't need it though. Bounce pass inside to Spayu. Has Martinez on her. Zerpolo pull-up shot. That looks short from our view, and it is as Martinez comes away with the rebound. Has a chance for the tie. Great offensive possessions in the last few possessions. Now it's Sutton, straightaway three, knocks it down. It gives Cobleskill the lead. First lead since the first quarter of the ball game. Baruch trails 71-70. A minute and 53 remaining here. And you gave, now it's Snyder to answer. Shot no good. Rebounded there by Sutton. And Sutton's going to slow things down per the direction of head coach Megan Bowman. Now Sutton into the lane. And that's going to be a foul on number 3. Francis Snyder, a push. And it'll be side out. As Baruch is one foul away from putting Cobleskill into the bonus. Inbounded there to Cabrera. Minute 30 remaining. Inside to Finch. Finch working with the right hand. Too strong. Rebounded by Post. She'll go straight back up with it, though, and now it's going to be rebounded by Zerpolo, and I don't know if that's what you wanted to do. If you were Post, you had the fresh 20 seconds. Would have brought the game clock down to a minute if you used it all. Instead, it's going to be Baruch's ball underneath. Down by 1, and they get a chance to take the lead.
And again, Zerpolo with another huge rebound and was arguably the biggest spot of the game thus far.
Averaging 12 rebounds, 11 rebounds per game on the season. That was her 10th of the afternoon. And Baruch have a chance to take the lead. A minute and 15 remaining. It'll be Dawson for the Bearcats. Handoff to Michi. Looking for options. Handoff to Snyder. Now inside to Spayu on the right elbow. Outside to Michi. Michi inside. Too strong, and it'll be Martinez who comes away with it. Michi looked like she might have had an open look. Just a little too strong with that one.
Yeah, she almost missed the angle there if we looked at one correctly. And Sutton will slow it down for Cobleskill as the clock's starting to wind down.
Coming in on 45 seconds remaining. Finch with the post right. Sutton into the lane. Way too strong. Dawson comes down with it. She's going to push. Nia Dawson into the lane. Gives it off to Spayu. Up top to Snyder. Thinks about the shot. Now it's Val Michi into the baseline. Gives it outside to Dawson. Dawson behind the back dribble. Almost loses it. Spyu's free throw line jumper. No good. Rebounded there. Loose. And it's going to be a foul on Cobleskill as Zerpolo was going for the rebound. I think it's going to be underneath, though, as... Oh, wow. Excuse me. It's going to be Zerpolo at the line.
Yeah, I guess that'll send them to the bonus.
Ah, yes. Yeah. It was 4 fouls a second ago. Now it is that was their 5th. Knocks down the first, so we are tied here. 25 seconds exactly on the game clock. And Cobleskill will have final possession here if they want it. And knocks down the second. Baruch lead by 1. And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Megan Bowman and the SUNY Cobleskill Fighting Tigers.
And Dave, talk about a nail biter. It's coming down to this last possession here. Baruch up by 1 point. 25 seconds left.
And definitely facing adversity. Zerpolo, 2 big free throws, but a sloppy foul there if you're Cobleskill.
Yeah.
On the defensive end.
And again, even though Zerpolo's line, there's people who scored more than her. I think she's had a huge fourth quarter to really keep the Bearcats in it, making a lot of plays to keep this thing close.
And a bit ironic, it was Anna Post with that foul because I think she's been probably the primary reason that that Cobleskill is able to make this comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, she's been a huge factor for them here in the fourth. Really, they got her going offensively. Once they did that, Brooks really hadn't had too much of an answer for her on the defensive side of the ball. So it'll be interesting to see who they go to in this final possession. Likely Sutton, too, who's definitely gotten comfortable shooting behind the perimeter as the team's leading scorer. So it'll be interesting to see who's the key option here in this inbound play.
I agree that I think it should be Sutton, at least with the ball in her hands, but we have seen them go to Finch a lot, especially when she's one-on-one in that post.
Yeah.
What I did find interesting just now is Hughes has checked into the game for Martinez. Granted, Martinez had a great first half, a little bit colder here in the second half,
So actually, it looks like they're going to keep Martinez on the court, saying that she didn't check out in time. Actually, so
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct. They tried to quickly sub him and sub him out, but no time came off the clock. They subbed him in on the last possession, then they called timeout when they should have subbed him in, so a little bit of sloppy play there. Sutton on the inbound into Cabrera. Ball's loose on the floor, but Cabrera is able to corral it. Now watch for Sutton trying to get the ball back. Nope, they're going to run it with Cabrera. 18 seconds remaining. This could be the final possession. Snyder on Cabrera. Looking for Sutton. Ball goes off Sutton's leg last. Val Michi all over her. Good defense there by Michi, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Bowman again. Exactly 10 seconds on the clock, and it's going to be a full timeout, but if you're Coach Bowman, I can see why you did that. Sloppy straight from the inbound.
Yeah, they just weren't able to find whatever that play that they drew up, they weren't able to execute it. Credit to the Bearcats for putting a lot of defensive pressure on. You saw Val Michi and Francis Snyder here. A few loose balls, actually, almost able to create a turnover.
And great way not to foul, because next foul sends them to the bonus. I think what the problem was, Sutton was about right here on the right elbow. Yeah. I think she was trying to wait for a pick to come out and receive the ball.
She never got her pick.
I don't think so. So from that, I think they want the ball in Sutton's hands. Definitely has been probably the best ball handler. Obviously, like we said, their leading scorer at over 16 a game. So we'll see what she can do here. 10 seconds remaining here at the Arc Arena. It's the first game of our doubleheader. Do not forget, at 2 p.m., the men will play Gallaudet University, but we still have some time. We have 10 crucial seconds here in the Bearcats' fifth game of the season, trying to keep the streak going to start the season and keep the rebuild going, which is no longer a rebuild for Coach Cochizos.
Yeah, this team definitely is finding its stride here. So let's see this final possession. Everything came down to this now as they go to Sutton.
Sutton's up top. 5 seconds remaining. Has Michi on her. It's going to be Sutton versus Michi for the game. No, bounce pass out to post. Shot no good. Bulls loose, and the Bearcats have won it. A big, tight win for the Bearcats, 72-71. And that's got to be an exhilarating win if you're Coach Cochizos and the Bearcats. As tight game and real adversity late in the ball game, and Baruch's coming out with their 5th victory to kick off the season.
Yeah, big credit to Baruch for really overcoming that adversity late, and tremendous amount of credit to SUNY Cobleskill for really coming out and playing a quality basketball game here. Despite their losing streak, I think they put together a really quality game. Either team could have won this based on one possession.
Yeah, and you can see Coach Cochizos definitely a bit of a sigh of relief, I would say, because a tightly fought game, and now Baruch extending that to 5-0 and really able to go into their next game home, actually, against at NYU. My apologies, on Wednesday at 1 p.m. So, it keeps rolling, but definitely a lot to build off as Baruch now 5-0 on the young season. So it's going to be a big win for Baruch College, and definitely a huge win here at home. So Nia Dawson leading the way with 25 points, 3 of 4 from downtown, 9 boards, 3 assists. But Francis Snyder and I'd say Daniela Zerpolo maybe are the 2 real stars of the game, as Baruch has really behind them made that comeback. Snyder led the start of the run here in the second quarter that really led to them playing great basketball and knocking down multiple threes. And then Zerpolo, defensive end. I mean, you're talking about a double-double with 10 and 11, but 7 steals and that huge block in the corner. So definitely a monster game for Daniela Zerpolo. So Baruch extended it to 5, and Cobleskill hard fought in the fourth quarter. You just have to be a little hard-pressed if you're Cobleskill behind Tylisa Martinez, 19 points. Sutton had her season average of 16, and Britton had 10, but you're definitely, I think, hard-pressed if you're Cobleskill to not come out of this, especially the way you play with the fourth quarter to get the W.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of things you can build off if you're SUNY Cobleskill going into the deeper parts of their schedule and conference play. So, again, big credit to both squads, and Baruch for pulling this one out.
So, yeah, Baruch getting the W, making it 5-0. Once again, the final score was 71, excuse me. Don't forget, at 2 o'clock, we have a second game of our doubleheader. It's probably going to be we'll probably be on the air about 2 o'clock. The game will probably tip off right around 5 minutes after the hour, and Brian and I will be on to preview the ball game. So, Baruch once again winning 72-71, staying unbeaten. Cobleskill drops to 1-4. Please tune in at around 2 o'clock for our pregame of our men's game between Gallaudet University and your Baruch Bearcats. We'll be back in about 20 minutes to preview things.